North Carolina. Okay, wait just a couple more minutes. Today's flight 1 hour and 20 minutes. Goes up to will stop. Turn it back for that tower. 20th of trip.
It is Tuesday, May 3rd, and I am in Virginia! Surprise! I just stopped for lunch. I'm on the way up to see my brother and sister, and it is gorgeous here. Everything is green. The sun is shining. Turn you around here so you can see that. Oh, just gorgeous. So I'm gonna go up there for a couple of days and visit, and then I'll be back down to my hometown that I lived in as a teenager. And yeah, it's been a great trip so far. Yesterday was really, really long. I had a flight from Halifax to Toronto, Toronto to New York, and then New York to North Carolina. But I'm here, so the travel part is done, and now it's just time to enjoy family and sunshine and the mountains. So I'm going to take you along this week, and I'll show you some of the places we go see. While in Virginia, I had the chance to get to go driving on the Blue Ridge Parkway, and I got to see a place that I've never stopped at before. I felt very privileged to get to experience a little piece of the Brininger family history. I wanted to read you some of the things that I saw on plaques as I walked along and explored this awesome little old homestead. The Briningers were not famous or rich, but they were important to their families and neighbors. In 1876, Martin Brininger purchased this 125-acre farm from Henderson Cruz, Caroline Joines' uncle, for $200. 2 years later, Martin and Caroline were married. He was 21 and she was 16. There were many small communities close by where the Briningers visited their families and friends, traded for supplies, and attended church and school. All the materials Martin Brininger needed for building a cabin were here on this farm: trees, rocks, even clay. Martin Brininger began building this cabin in 1886. Working in his spare time, it took him 3 years to finish the original cabin, a main room, and a loft. Martin collected stone to first lay the foundation, and to later build the chimneys. Next he cut chestnut logs and hewed them by hand on 2 sides. Then he notched the ends. With help from his neighbors, Martin stacked the logs to form the walls. He chinked the logs with clay and covered the roof with oak shakes that he split with the froe. Martin covered the logs with clapboard siding on the outside and paneling on the inside to help insulate the cabin from the bitter winds that are common here in the mountains. Martin took his own trees to a local sawmill and had them cut into boards for the floors, siding, and paneling. Martin later added the shed addition, the second smaller room. This room was divided into a kitchen with its own fireplace and a bedroom. The cool mountain spring inside this building was both a source of refreshing water and a cooler for perishable foods. The Briningers were known to say that the water was always 2 degrees colder than the morning. The Briningers never had electricity, so the spring was their refrigerator. They placed their milk, butter, and eggs directly in the cold water. The Briningers made the uphill trek from the spring house to the cabin many times a day, carrying heavy buckets of water for drinking, cooking, washing, and watering their animals.
They will never fade like artificial dyes, but instead grow richer as the plaster cures with age. Working with Long, the artist, on this